Hi, I'm Matt Hayson, and joining me today is Brooke Flint, who represents Good Deeds Buyers Agents. Brooke, thank you very much for your time. Brooke, you specialise in the buying side of real estate, so what I thought would be great is to really get some of your thoughts around the best tips for buyers when they're entering the market.
Look, the first things first is I think you just have to be really clear about what your budget is, and I think that if you work out what you need and you want as well, and you look at Sydney wide, so look at different areas and what they offer and what you can buy for your money in each of those areas. I think keep it open at first.
Terrific, Brooke. And you've seen the property you like. What are the best tips to go for that property?
Get your finance sorted ASAP so you know exactly what you can afford. My experience with buyers and with myself as well is we tend to like things that we can't afford, so make sure that you've got your affordability down pat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other tips is just to be a little bit more open with how you're looking at property. People tend to have unconscious blind spots when they're even searching for property online, so maybe write a list of what you need and you want, and then work out some different areas that may offer those things as well, because there's plenty of little areas in Sydney that are offering very similar things, lifestyle choices.
What are the next steps from there?
Look, a lot of people don't like to let the agent know that they're interested, and I think that's a really big mistake. I think let the agent know that you're interested. Agents are very well trained today to try to find out what people's budgets are. Like, they'll ask them what else they're looking at and all sorts of things like that. I'd say get a contract and just keep in check with the agent. Build a relationship with the agent. They want to sell that property. You don't necessarily have to give your game away with what you're willing to pay, but do that first. The next thing is to get your due diligence done. So send that contract off to a solicitor. If it's a unit, get a strata search done, building and pest inspection, and then try to work out what you think it's worth. And that's what we do. We really do a very full-on price research, probably the best in Sydney. Once we work out what that's worth, it basically forms a foundation of how we go to negotiate.
And what are some of the pitfalls that you might see?
Biggest pitfall is people looking at property and not knowing what the price is. So, for instance, you might have an overpriced property on the market, which I love because it tends to mean that the wrong buyers are going through those front doors. But they'll go through that property, and then when they get 20 or 30 grand off, they think they're actually getting a bargain. But really, it might be worth 100 grand less based on our price research. So, I think the biggest pitfalls is people not knowing what things are worth, and that's where we come in to help them, because that's the hardest thing. Agents are quoting around auction prices, and it might be a little bit lower based on what they've listed that property at. Private treaty prices might be a bit higher, and then the buyers tend to go through the wrong properties.
Brooke, you're one of the best in the industry at what you do, and I really appreciate your time. Thanks very much.